everyone and welcome back to Velvet Moments. We hope you're all doing well wherever you are, Jikook fans around the world. Today we're returning with a story wrapped in warmth, quiet happiness, and those small, unexpected moments that always seem to find their way straight into ARMY's hearts. Moments that are simple on the surface, yet powerful enough to linger long after the screen fades to black. Yes, Jikook is back. Not in a loud, sensational or controversial way, but in the way they've always known best, through gentle honesty, soft glances and meaningful interactions that speak louder than words. The kind of moments we didn't even realize we were missing until they appeared again. Here, as we often say, everything is about patience, about trusting the process, because somehow Jungkook and Jimin always know when the time is right. They always find their own way back to each other, and to us, through moments so small, yet so deeply felt. And this time, it was one simple moment that quietly set ARMY's hearts racing once again. After that moment went viral, fans around the world began revisiting Jikook's journey, from their earliest trainee days through debut, growth, pressure, and the heavy weight of an industry that rarely slows down. And the more people looked back, the clearer one truth became. What Jungkook said that day has always been reflected in how he's treated Jimin all these years. Behind the scenes, away from the spotlight and scripted moments, Jungkook and Jimin have often been captured in their most natural state. Nothing forced. Nothing exaggerated. Sometimes they didn't even realize the cameras were there. And it's in those quiet, unguarded moments that their bond feels the most real. A fleeting glance that lingers just a second longer. A light touch meant only for reassurance. A silent presence that says, "I'm here." These are not things that can be practiced or staged. They come from familiarity, trust, and a connection built over time. One of Jungkook's past statements has resurfaced recently, words that feel even more meaningful now. He once shared that Jimin is the only person who understands him without needing long explanations. It sounds simple, almost casual. But in truth, it's something rare and precious. Even among family, being understood so effortlessly is not something everyone experiences. With Jimin, Jungkook doesn't have to explain himself. Jimin seems to know instinctively when Jungkook needs space, when he needs comfort, and when he just needs someone to sit beside him in silence. No questions. No pressure. Just understanding. And Jungkook, in his own quiet way, offers that same care right back. Jungkook has never been someone who expresses his feelings with long speeches. His love shows itself differently. When Jimin looks exhausted during practice, Jungkook is often the first one to notice. A soft pat on the back. A bottle of water pressed into his hand. A presence that says more than words ever could. There are no grand gestures. No dramatic declarations. Everything feels natural, like second nature. As if caring for Jimin has simply become part of who Jungkook is. That's why when Jungkook said that being in love with Jimin is fun, so many fans felt their hearts skip a beat. Because it didn't feel like a revelation. It felt like confirmation. Something we had all seen, felt, and quietly believed for years. Their laughter together. Their playful teasing. The spontaneous hugs. The way their eyes soften when they look at each other. It all points to one thing. A happiness that only exists when they're together. Jimin too seems different when he's with Jungkook. He's warm with everyone, but with Jungkook he becomes softer. More relaxed. A little more playful. A little more spoiled. Many fans say Jimin has a special smile. One that appears only when Jungkook is near. A smile that isn't practiced or polite but safe. On stage, their interactions leave fans breathless before sending them into screams. Jungkook is almost never far from Jimin. Quiet whispers between songs. A hand resting on a shoulder. A glance exchanged for no obvious reason. As if their bodies naturally gravitate toward one another. Fans have long noticed that Jungkook and Jimin share a kind of private language. Something only the two of them understand. A quick look that asks, "Are you okay?" A gentle touch that says, "I'm here." No words needed. One gesture is enough. Among all the beautiful bonds within BTS, Jikook remains one that consistently makes hearts flutter. Their relationship is filled with warmth, care, and subtle details that make many believe their connection goes far beyond simply being bandmates. And on that particular day, one small moment, barely caught on camera, became unforgettable. When Jungkook smiled and said that loving Jimin is fun, it wasn't dramatic. It wasn't meant to be a headline. And perhaps that's exactly why it felt so real. His words slipped out naturally as if he momentarily forgot the cameras were there. Jimin, standing beside him, responded with a shy smile, eyes lowering slightly before he teased Jungkook with a gentle pinch on the arm. Two people comfortable and unguarded. Two hearts understanding each other without needing to say more. Jungkook's tone was light, almost casual. But before speaking he looked at Jimin, and that brief glance alone was enough to send thousands of fans into a frenzy. In that look was warmth, comfort, and something deeply familiar. Jimin didn't laugh it off this time. He didn't deflect. His smile was slow and soft, his eyes shining, like Jungkook had just said something he'd always known, but rarely heard spoken aloud. That moment unlocked emotions fans had quietly carried for years. People began talking again about their long journey, growing up side by side, facing hardships, carrying the weight of expectations. And through it all, finding comfort in each other. Jungkook's words felt like quiet honesty. Not fan service. Not coincidence. But a reflection of something real, visible in the way they seek each other out, unconsciously move closer and calm one another with nothing more than presence. Jimin understood exactly what Jungkook meant. No explanation needed. They smiled. They laughed softly. The atmosphere warmed instantly. This is what fans now call the most Jikook moment, because everything felt genuine, unforced, and deeply human. After the clips spread, social media flooded with edits, artwork, and analyses. Hashtags trended worldwide. Fans replayed the moment again and again, frame by frame, searching for meaning, finding it in every glance. Many agree. Jikook's bond is one of the most sincere connections in K-pop. Jungkook draws strength from Jimin, and Jimin treats Jungkook as someone irreplaceable. And that single sentence, being in love with Jimin is fun, felt like the perfect summary. Not loud. Not dramatic. Just true. Even now, ARMY continues to talk about that moment. Because genuine affection like that is rare, especially in an industry built on performance. And Jikook has shown that love doesn't need grand announcements. Sometimes, it lives quietly, in smiles, glances, and the comfort of simply being there. Jungkook said only a few words, but their meaning was immense. And perhaps love really is that simple. Present in every laugh, every touch, every shared silence. Thank you for staying with us until the end. This has been Velvet Moments, where we share stories that warm your heart. Until next time, stay patient, stay kind, and keep loving Jikook.